today I will probably be stripping this MOC and taking it apart, but I'm not quite sure. Kind of depends on what you guys want, so I'll give you guys some times to join in. But we have a pretty large MOC, and I kind of have to take it apart for my stop motion, which is going to be the Battle of Monte Cassino. I'll probably make a post about that, but I've started the stop motion process on it, so I need all the parts that I can get. So when some people join, I guess I'm just gonna ask the question, because I also got to get minifigs ready for that. So I'll just give it a little bit of time. Also, I just need to check audio real quick, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, audio seems good. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for a few minutes until some people get on, and then I'll start a poll or something. If not, then I'm probably just gonna start destructing this. It was a really cool MOC. I've kind of taken out the vehicles and the figs, so it's basically ready. Really don't know what to do about it though, or where to start. Okay, so this is taking a little while. So I guess I'll show you a few of the British soldiers that I've already made. These are going to be featured in my Battle of Monte Cassino. They're just basic British infantry. This one has a Bren. This one has a British SMLE rifle, I think. Lee Enfield, whatever you'd want to call that. But I think they look pretty good. I still gotta make the Fallschirmjäger infantry, which, I don't know. It's kind of gonna be a little bit hard since I don't have paratrooper bodies, but I'm gonna put those guys down for a second. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Also, for the Battle of Monte Cassino, I have this tank that I'm gonna be probably including in the stop motion, if not just putting it in the thumbnail, but I'm really proud of it. Designed it myself. It's a pretty cool, I don't know, I really like the body of the tank. Oh, thanks for subbing. Appreciate it. Okay, but if you people who've just tuned in, I'm either going to be destructing this MOC so that I'd have enough stuff for my Battle of Monte Cassino stop motion, or I could be building minifigs too. So I actually have a pretty decent view count right now, so I'm gonna try to start a poll. Probably should have thought this out earlier, but whatever. So I have a few different things here. I have all my German infantry assembled, so I'm gonna have to take them apart. I'm sorry if I'm not answering any of your questions. I'm just trying to write stuff down right now. Okay, the poll is gonna be up right now. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Okay. So it's looking like build figs right now. And I'll make sure to do that. I guess I could show you some of the ones that I already have. I have a few fairly nice ones and a few that I've just made, but here they are. So I got that, and then I also have a few Fallschirmjäger helmets that I'm going to put on these figs. So I'm just going to throw that back over there for now. Alright, so it's looking like it's a pretty unanimous decision to actually build the figs. So I'll probably just take the MOC apart a little bit later, or just not take it apart because I can probably manage that. I'm going to probably take away the pole. So I'm going to be building minifigs right now. Sorry, that's my dogs. Okay, so I just got a parts haul from Brickmania, and it has some pretty good stuff in it. So I got some torsos right here. Sorry, it is really loud in my house right now. 1 second. Okay, that's a little bit better. So I got these torsos here. I'm not going to actually be using these, but I have Fallschirmjäger helmets right here, which I'm probably going to use. So kind of depends on how long this is going to take me, but the basic idea is I slap these helmets on these guys and see how they look. So that's how that one's looking right now. Pretty decent. I also have a few different brick arms, like this FG42 right here, which was pretty common for paratroopers. The ones in the Battle of Monte Cassino didn't really fight as paratroopers. They kind of just defended the city or abbey, whatever you'd want to call it. But I think that's pretty good for now. I'm going to have to look through my part selection over here and see if I can find anything a little bit better, but that's probably all I'm going to be able to do for that guy. So we got this guy, which is our first Fallschirmjäger. Could also give him a backpack. You know what, I'm going to give him a backpack. Right now in my stop motion, I have like a few seconds done. I'm not doing too well on that, but it's alright. Not the best, not the worst. Okay, so we have this guy right here. It's our first Fallschirmjäger. Shoot, everything keeps falling apart right now. So we got our first guy. Looking pretty good. Okay, so that's about as good as I'm going to get him. Place him down over there. If you guys actually want to see the haul that I just got in, I posted a video today about that. So you can go check that out if you want to. Then I'm thinking we can have one in sort of a different color scheme. So this is going to be a light gray machine gunner. These ones are really simple to make, but they just look really good, I think. So place the helmet on. So there's that one. Gotta add a backpack. Alright. So we got that. I think I'm going to give them all backpacks, just so that they kind of look like parachuting packs. I'm also going to give him a gunmetal helmet instead of the OD green ones that I have. I think it just looks better on him. So, if this picks up, I'll ask a few more questions, but it's not too great right now, so I'm just going to keep building these guys. This is going to be a machine gunner. Pretty nice color pattern. Just gotta adjust it a little bit though. Pretty decent. Not too bad. So we got 2 done right now. The helmets do kind of look a little bit wonky, so I'm not sure what to do about that. I guess they kind of do in pictures too, but I wasn't quite expecting them to look like that. I have this Brickmania figure that has a Splinter Smock, which I could also turn into a Fallschirmjäger. So if you guys have any thoughts on that, I'd like to hear them. But if I turn this guy into one, then I'll have one with a pretty accurate color scheme. So I guess I'll try that. Again, put on a backpack. I'm sorry, this is going to be a very repetitive process. But put on a backpack, and I think that an OD green one would look really good on this guy. So that's another Fallschirmjäger done. So we got a pretty good mix here, I think. 3 Fallschirmjägers. I'm looking to get about 5 in here, and then I'll show you kind of what I've been doing for this stop motion. Again, this stream thing is kind of a new thing. I did like a week where I just streamed constantly, but it really just... I felt like I was posting almost too much content and my quality decreased a little bit. So I'm kind of going to do one every Sunday from now on. And I can also try to change my TMC minifig, but I kind of want to keep him intact. So I think I'm just going to keep him where he is. Then he kind of has some dual molded pants that are kind of interesting. They also have a cool camo pattern that I think was a United Bricks misprint. So he would probably work well as a Fallschirmjäger. People who are just joining during this stream, I'm just building minifigs right now. It was either this or I try to take apart one of my MOCs so that I'd have enough pieces for the stop motion. But we decided on this one, so I'm going to be building this. So there's another one. I really like how this one looks, and I'm going to give him an MP40 because I think it looks pretty good. Welcome anybody to the stream. I'm building Fallschirmjäger minifigs. I also have a few British ones pre-built. This is for the Battle of Monte Cassino. It's a stop motion that I'm doing. And after I'm finished building the next minifig, I'm going to show you guys the stop motion or the scene that I'm working on right now. So just one more, I think, and then I'll try to get another scene going, I guess. So I have the last Fallschirmjäger helmet, which is OD green. Doesn't look the best on this fig, but it's all that I have. So we're gonna have to go with it. Stop motion is going pretty well so far, so just kind of gotta ramp up production speed. I'm gonna do a lot of that tonight, but here's another Fallschirmjäger. Pretty good. I'm gonna give him a Car 98 because that's what is his belt. So I got 5 Fallschirmjäger troops here, and I kind of had to rip apart my MOC here so that I'd have enough figs for this. So I think it looks alright for now. Probably gonna keep these guys this way, but then I can also show you the 2 British figs that I made. These guys have torsos from Brickmania, and I think they look pretty good. Probably the best British soldiers I've ever had. And they don't have side printing or anything, but I can probably order some from the Minifig Co. or United Bricks because they have really good custom British soldiers. So now I'm going to show you this scene for my next stop motion, which I got to clear off an area for this because I got a whole table kind of set up for this. I'm going to move this back over. Okay. Now this is real fragile, but basically what I have here is a few British soldiers walking up to a hill that kind of overlooks the Monte Cassino. The powerful Americans. These are actually British that are walking up right now. Just as good as... Okay. But I have a few soldiers and stuff like that. Also, guys, if you feel like it, or when the stream shuts down, because I know it sometimes does that, you can kind of tell me about that, and I'll see what I can do about it. But you'd probably just put that under my most recent post. So here we have the tank that I'm probably going to feature in this one. It's probably going to be going up a road in the stop motion. This is like the first scene, and it's for, I think, hashtag MBC Reloaded, which is military brick... Shoot, I forget what it is, but I think that's the hashtag. It's a pretty cool competition. I'm a little bit late to it, but I'm going to try to get it done. But this is a custom design tank. Thank you. But I also want to move that back away, and I think I'm going to have to destruct this MOC now, sadly. I'd need the pieces for some of the houses in the casino, which is sad because this was one of my favorite MOCs, but I have to destruct them or they'll just sit around collecting dust. So I'm not sure what else I could do other than this because I kind of need the pieces and the grass stems mainly for the walk up to Monte Cassino. But the brick film was kind of hosted by RTW Films and Crazy Squid. So there are some pretty great content creators, and I'd recommend you check them out. So it's kind of hard to figure out what I'm going to start with here. Just one last look at the MOC before I start the destruction. Moment of silence. Alright, that's enough. So I'm going to start with this hill over here. And... Ukraine. No, this is the battle of, or the invasion of mainland Italy during World War II. I made a few videos on this MOC. It's one of my MOC series on my channel. It's probably one of my best ones. I also like my Aachen one. I felt like that had a really cool looking atmosphere to it. So I recommend you check that out when the stream is over or when you have time. But I am currently going to be destructing this. Sadly. Thank you. Okay. What's up, RTW? So, I'm taking off all the flower pieces and stuff like that right now, and I think I'm going to start with taking away the hill. So, it's kind of... I can also show you some of the things that I did while building this. So for this hill right here, I guess I could move up a little bit, and there it is. So on this part. Phone is about to go. Okay, see ya. So here we have the hill part, and for this, I basically just put a whole bunch of bricks together. Then I put some green ones on top, and then I kind of stack different layers on of plates, and I think it creates a very natural hill elevation, and I think it looks pretty good. Very good hill design. I got it from Brick Crafts, I believe. He uses it on his large-scale MOCs, which he has an incredible city layout. So I'm taking this apart for my Battle of Monte Cassino, and it should be pretty rough to get this apart because I used a lot of quite odd building techniques for the hill. I'm going to turn this back around so that I can take it apart a little bit easier. 1 second. Bear with me. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to try to take off some of the plates first. I'm sorry if there's some noise. It's my stomach rumbling. Just ate some food, so yeah. You're going to hear that quite a bit. Shoot. Yeah, I had to push back the stream because I was having a really late lunch. So, kind of unplanned, but I had some good food, so kind of makes up for it. You know what? When I get finished with the hill, I'm going to see how it's doing, and then I might try to destruct the house next, but I'm going to keep the main body of the MOC, like the grass parts, pretty intact. Oh, shit. It's falling apart again. But I have a few pieces taken off. As you can see, I have the bright colored orange in here. That's like the base of the hill. That's how you get the main shape. Then you just add different layers on top. Kind of showed you that in my tutorial, or not really tutorial as much as showcase. I really do have fun showing you guys the background process of building this. I think it's just a really fun process and shows my fans what happens when I build these MOCs. Also, for anybody who has just recently joined earlier in this stream, I built a few different figs, so I'm going to put some of them on this stand and show you guys. I built some Fallschirmjägers, which are looking pretty good. I'm going to feature them in my MOC for the MBC Reloaded, or whatever. Well, stop motion. Keep saying MOC. But I have 2 more of them, and that's probably all that I'm going to have. I also have 4 British soldiers that are going to be walking up besides a tank. So here are the last 2. One of them's using a Bergmania body, so I got to put that back together. But I'm putting those to the side again so that I can show you this tank that I've designed. I think it looks pretty good. It's like just the right size. I feel like my other Sherman is a little bit too big, so I just gotta kind of scale it down, and I think this one fits almost perfectly to minifig scale. I'm also thinking about making a video on that, so you can look forward to that. Back to destructing the MOC. So, I got like 3 seconds of it done, which is not a lot for the stop motion, but just enough. I wasn't going to try to do too much work on it. Mainly going to be in a time crunch at the end, probably, but it's alright. I got school and stuff like that, so I got to deal with it. Hello, King of Hearts. Welcome to the stream. So for one of these sections, I'm going to show you after I take out this hill. I have a sort of sideways building technique that I can show you guys. It's not a set. I actually custom made it. I'm destroying it right now, which is not too fun, but it has to happen with my limited parts collection. If you want to see more videos on how I made that, I have them on my channel, so you can check that out after this is over. Or anytime that you're free, I guess. Okay, so got that all done, and I'll show you the sideways building technique that I got here. So basically, this is just a plate that slides off, or not actually slides off, but comes off like this, and you can just kind of stick it on, and it's flush with the bricks. I've seen it used in a few other people's MOCs, but it's a pretty widespread and well-known use of the Lego. So after I take apart this hill, I'm probably going to take apart the house. I'm trying to keep the base around so that I can take that apart off stream, because that's going to be very tedious to handle. I'll probably end the stream at the 1 hour mark, so it's going to be a little bit tough to stretch this out, I guess, but if all else fails, then I could try to take apart the base. Okay, so that's all done. Now I'm gonna go and take apart this house. So for this house, another thing that I did was, you can see there's dark tan and regular tan. I put them in like splotches or stripes, kind of how you'd see on a weathered building. But it's one of my favorite building techniques. It adds a lot of texture to the buildings. It makes them feel more realistic. Like if you just have it one-toned, then it doesn't look quite the same. But yeah. Probably gonna sort all these parts when I'm done with the stream. Shoot. One of them fell. If you guys have any questions, I know that I already did a Q&A, but I know some people have questions, like your local viewer. Yeah, weird character. But yeah. Again, for this door here, I used the sideways building technique that we have here on the door. So you could just rip this off and it will be the same thing. It's on a plate, and you can just sort of slide it in there and stick it on. So I kind of do that same thing. It's a reoccurring theme in some of these MOCs. I don't know if people are still around who were at the beginning, but if my stream does shut down and I have 0 viewers, I'll probably try to check on a different device and just see if it's still up and running. But if you guys could tell me when it's starting to glitch, then that would be pretty nice. I know that my first time I ever streamed, it all glitched out, which was not very fun. So I'm trying to avoid that, if at all possible. You know what, that's probably not a bad idea. I'm gonna go grab another device so that I'm just ready for if it does happen again. I really don't know why it happens, it just happens sometimes. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. So, just destructing this a little bit more. Okay, so just taking some pieces off right now. I'm pretty thrilled with how this one turned out. Again, I'm really sad that I had to take it apart, but I do it to everyone. I don't think I have any fully prepared and in one piece. Now I can probably get more parts, but I don't know. I'm not one for displaying these things. I always have a memory of them with the videos that I post. So, just grabbing a few and taking them off. After I'm done with this, I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do. Could take apart some other pieces, but I don't know. I already have a border and all that down, and it's kind of hard to rip all that stuff off. Also, for those who are just tuning in, it really does help me if you tell me whether you'd like to see more live streams like this. I just have to come up with ideas for ones because I didn't really have an idea in mind for this one other than taking this apart. And initially people didn't really want to do that, so I made a few minifigs instead, but it really does help to have a clear idea. So if you guys wanted to recommend any of those, then that would be really helpful. Okay, just taking some pieces off again. Okay. Okay. Just gotta keep taking stuff apart. After I'm done with this, I might actually show off my vehicle before I make a video about it. But I know some people have already asked about it, so make sure to post that sometime soon, maybe this week. Okay, so, hi Ryder. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Just taking some more pieces off. And remember, yeah, I love Legos too, if you couldn't really tell. I'm deconstructing a MOC right now, so taking apart my Legos. Which is not the best, but gotta do it. Okay, so just trying to set up different angles here so that I can see what's going on. It's not a set. I custom made it, and now I'm taking it apart because I need to have the pieces for a stop motion that I'm doing. It's the invasion of Italy during World War II, and I have a whole series up about it, so I'll always have the memory of it, but earlier in the stream I also created a few figs for the stop motion, but Jurassic World set. I'm not sure I've ever actually got a Jurassic World set before, so that is kind of cool. Probably have a few figs though. I have a secondhand Lego shop near me, so got a few pieces for my Lego military, and a few of them might have been Jurassic World parts. Has a Spinosaurus, Mosasaurus, and T-Rex. That's a lot of dinosaurs. I don't know too much about those, but no T-Rex. Pretty sure most people know T-Rex. Okay. Shoot. This is not fun. Gigantosaurus. That doesn't sound real, so I'm guessing it's just fake dinosaur, but maybe it's real. I have no idea. Shoot. This piece really doesn't want to come off, jeez. Gigantosaurus. I'll probably search it up later. Currently using both of my devices. Ah, shoot. Alright, you know what? I'm not going to worry about that right now. I can worry about that later. I bet it's a real dinosaur, but don't quite got the resources to search it up right now. Okay. Ooh, this is tough. Alright, I'm gonna take apart the road. 76974. Yeah, I don't know the sets by their number, but I'd probably recognize it. I know what they look like, I just don't have any. I'm more into World War II and custom Lego. So, okay, I'm just gonna give up. I can't get that apart. After I'm done taking apart this half of the MOC, I think I'm gonna show you one of my tanks. So that should be pretty cool. One second. Stuff is not coming apart. Good luck to you too. See ya, I guess. Good having you around. For anybody who is new to the stream, I'm right now taking apart my MOC, the invasion of Italy in World War II. Some parts really don't want to come apart. It's like it's fighting me. Okay. Haven't left yet. Building a set, watching you take one apart. Is it a Jurassic World set? Baby T-Rex. Alright. Hope you have fun building that. Alright, I'm gonna have to do something. 1 second. Yeah, I'm kind of having a problem because everything's piling up right now, all the pieces I've taken off. So I'm gonna try to put them all in a bin right now. Okay. So we got that. I'm gonna put that over to the side. If you guys do have any questions, you can ask. Right now I'm just taking apart my newest MOC. Probably gonna end this at the 1 hour mark. Alright, see you. Yeah, I've had this thing just hanging around for about a week, so it's about time that I take it apart, given that I already have all the videos and stuff on it. Okay, 1 second. This thing is not latching on. There it is. Come on. Stuff does not want to come apart for me today. There we go. So I actually kind of started with this water section when I was building it. And how I achieved it was I kind of just took apart some brown, dark brown, and black pieces and put them so that it looked like it was slowly going into the depths of the lake. And I think it created a pretty cool effect, so just got to keep working on it. Alright, welcome back. Okay. Now these plates are really tough to get off on these MOCs because they're just over a large amount of pieces, but that one was easier than some of the others. Alright. Guess I'll get this piece off next. Favorite Lego set? I haven't really bought a actual Lego set too recently, but I think my favorite is probably the I forget if it's a 3-in-1 or just a pirate ship, but it's a pirate ship. It's a pirate ship Lego set. I have it like on a top shelf right now, so I probably can't grab it down, but yeah, it's a pretty cool set. Just gotta figure it out. And I'm kind of done with all that set stuff, so I might end up selling all that for a little bit of money at my local parts store. It's cool stuff, but just doesn't do me any use for it to just sit on a shelf. My favorite live streamer. Probably not. I'm gonna be streaming every Sunday, so I'm not gonna be streaming too often, but only on Sundays, just as kind of a wrap up to the week, I guess. I also need new ideas for streams, so probably put up a post or something after this asking people what they'd want to see on stream. Like this one is a little bit harder for me to do because I actively have to... Yeah, school tomorrow. Yeah, school sucks, but you gotta deal with it. I didn't have a schedule over the summer, so it kind of got all out of whack. And I'm just taking apart some stuff. I'll probably put all the pavement or these gray plates together so that I don't have to manually take those and sort those. Yeah, one of my favorite parts about school, which there aren't a lot of them, is seeing my friends. Because over the summer, I didn't really get a chance to do that. I had the picture thing to show you. Picture of this Lego set on building. I wish you to, but add the picture thing to show the... Oh, you want me to like show a picture of... for the live stream? YouTube, add the picture thing to show this set on building. Still not quite understanding it, but yeah, that's fine. I don't know if you're talking about my set or your set, because I probably will add the picture a little bit later. My set, okay. Yeah, I'll probably add it after the stream's over, just so that people can... Can you do that while you're doing the stream? I don't think I can. I'll actually have to check that. Yeah, I don't think I can really do that right now, so I'm gonna have to do it after the stream. I do have a few pictures of it that I have in my video, so I'm probably gonna just pick out one of those. Okay. Shout out Rose. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Welcome to the stream. Shout out's probably not going to do you too much good right now, but just destructing a MOC right now, which is shout out Ryder. Thanks for staying along this whole time. I'll probably post this online, so I guess you guys will get a shout out in one of my videos. Ryder Martson. Gotta include the full name. Just about a 10-minute warning. Probably gonna shut it down after that and And then that's basically it. Alright. This is creaking a lot. Alright. Stuff is very tedious to take apart. It takes a little while. I physically can't get that hill down over there. It's going to be a pain. But I can get this stuff. So I'm going to focus on that. Okay. So if you guys do have any questions, feel free to ask them. Did have a Q&A, but that's all over now. So questions are free to ask. Oh, you're being an illegal Lego builder, huh? Yeah, I use illegal Lego building techniques, so I guess we're in the same boat here. I'm going to try to keep my water sections together as well as I can. But I can just shove that over there. Yeah, right. I really appreciate you tuning into the stream. Really, all the support helps. Thank you. It's going to be ending in 7 minutes. So I could go on longer, but it's probably just going to be easier for me and for you guys to just see when the mock is done, because I don't really want to figure all this out on stream, especially with all the filler, trying to remove them. Okay, that piece needs to be removed first. Okay, that fell through the crack. Great. You know what? I'm going to try to get this row done within the next minute or two, and then at the end, I'm probably going to show you guys one of my newest tank models. So, should be cool. Jeez. Stuff's hard to get apart. Okay. I accidentally threw a few parts in there that I'm probably gonna keep with my pavement. Any new viewers, you guys can ask any questions. My Q&A is already over, so kind of just figuring that out from there. Okay. Jesus. Okay. So I got that, and just gotta get this last piece off, and I'm not even, you know what, I'm not even gonna worry about it. Whatever. Okay. So we got all that done. Remove some of my pieces over, and I'm going to show you my tank model. I'm gonna make a video on this pretty soon, but I don't really know what tank it is, so I just kind of gotta figure that out. Kind of looks like a Sherman, but not like a Sherman. I can compare this to JD Brick's Sherman. They look a little bit different. Similar body, though. So it's kind of a mix between a Cromwell and a Sherman. But my favorite part is probably the turret shape. It doesn't quite turn how you'd expect it to. It turns all right, but it just looks a little bit wonky from the side because it's technically connected just to this one point. So it looks pretty good straight on. From the back, I added a little panel on an angle, and I think that looks pretty good. Really ends it up pretty well. I've seen it on a lot of tank models and stuff like that, but I also have a little flag here. I'm not sure what it's supposed to represent. I actually swapped around the colors. If I would have been for just the allies in general, it would have been white, red, then white. But it's red, white, and red. So I also added a few sticks and a box or something on the back. But I'm going to be doing a full showcase of this thing later. I have a whole track system under here. Can't quite fit them on with one less, which kind of creates a little bit of an issue when you're trying to move it around, but I think it looks pretty good right now. And I have a post up with a few other pictures of it, but that's basically the gist of it. So the stream is going to be over in a minute 30. So really thank you guys for tuning in. I'm really happy with some of the viewers that I got this time. And thank you all the people that subscribed from this. So I guess I'll just show you these few parts from my order now. Got a few torsos from my most recent order. These are Vietnam Grunt torsos from Brickmania. This was just an order from Brickmania, so I got 2 of these and 2 of these. Early in the stream, I used the Fallschirmjäger helmets that I had, but I'll show you a few different types of helmets that I got. So I got like two more of these, I think, which look very nice. I got 2 of these, which are black MCHs. Look pretty good. And I have an Adrian helmet, which is for my World War II French soldiers. Standing on one leg. Ah, cool. Alright, so I'm going to be ending... Oh, shoot. Yes, that's kind of fitting. I'm going to be ending the stream in 15 seconds. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Ryder Marsden, for staying until the end. And I'll see you guys in the next video.